I think what makes Kenny so impactful with AVP is that first, like, I guess he's the faster one in the world for sure. And second, like, he's playing a lot with his instinct on CS, which is good. So when you have both, you will have a lot of good kills for sure. I think our pros who can make Kenny uncomfortable is not the big ones, because I know like that he loves to play against it because he kind of knows how they play. But when we play some AVPers in teams that we are not used to play, I know that he's not comfortable with, because he doesn't know how they are playing with the AVP. So I think it's his biggest weakness.
Shox there, talking a little bit as to what he believes to be the best AWPer in Counter-Strike. His teammate, Kenny S, indeed is a fantastic AWPer and has been. Ex-teammate.
I'm not sure if he feels the same right now.
Yeah, indeed. That was actually over in Katowice, so it wasn't that long ago, of course, prior to the announcements from G2. Excuse me, getting over the cold, the flu that does seem to be spreading throughout Counter-Strike, but he was, of course, talking about...
You guys go over there.
We'll just face our mouth this way when we talk.
Yeah.
It's not been fantastic for G2. In fact, 4 of the 5 games they played most recently have all been conceded. This one, though, incredibly close. They actually managed to push mousesports on Inferno, and if it hadn't been for Sunny's heroics, it would double the score of anyone else on mousesports.
Yeah, that was quite ridiculous.
If it wasn't for him, we could have been looking at a G2 victory here.
Yeah, I don't know why the rest of the mousesports guys didn't have as much impact. Sure, like you can go Oscar, Orb, T-side, Inferno, you can put all those kind of bits and pieces, but Sunny just continues to impress, right? And this kind of environment for this kid going off time and time again, this is a big win for them to actually be able to convert. I think G2 on this map looked pretty good 2 nights in a row now. That's but true. It's Henry said it when we threw it over to him, you know, this is a roller coaster where you don't know what to expect from this G2 roster. And once again, we get a pretty decent performance. They're going to be a bit upset with not actually closing it out, but they get that bonus point for making it to overtime. So 1 point's better than none.
Yeah, especially in regulation, because that last round, mousesports just had pistols, and they didn't go for any sort of an elaborate like execute or anything. They just got some kills with pistols and then rolled into the B bomb site after that. That was the story for most of the game. It was quite messy, as G2 tends to make it, especially now with the whole shock situation, right? And I think that's potentially why some of the mousesports players didn't really perform. We praise them as a team that has, you know, good fundamentals, good strategies, and when G2 makes it messy, it's a bit out of their comfort zone, except for Sunny. You know, he came from the Finnish scene. There's nothing there, no structure, so he was
he's in his element.
In the chaos.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think, though, Shox had a good game, right? And I thought we were going into double OT for sure. Him being in a 1v2, you know, at that last round, you could see it, like, you know, getting a instant headshot on a guy coming from Banana and then just clutching in a 1v1. But wasn't meant to be.
It's one of those, sorry, just one of those games, you know, where you can really look at the importance of winning key rounds early. And I know that sounds stupid, but on a map that is meant to be CT favored, when you're going into it and you're able to win pistol round, you're able to actually convert that first gun round, then you're able to, you know, have a tidy anti-eco and then win the next gun round. They were 6 rounds up, right? That's where the point you want to be on the T side. And from there, it's pretty easy to be able to spiral and get a few more extra rounds to that T side. So things are looking really good for G2 early. Just like they probably should have converted in the end there, especially with how close it got.
Yeah, and the reason I was just staring over here was because I'm pretty sure every G2 game we've seen recently, Shox has been at the top of the scoreboard.
Yeah, because this is the discussion.
Right? This is how life goes.
But you have no worries anymore. You're off the team, right? You're not in-game leading. MBK is doing that, so now you can just run around and do whatever you want. You don't even need to worry about the results for the team. You're just playing for yourself, and if you want to perform, you can. If not, then it doesn't really even matter.
Yeah, but I mean, Sunny's performance. I mean, I had the scoreboard up a second ago. 46 frags in an overtime game. So sure, admittedly overtime, but 46.
I think he had 40 before overtime.
Yeah,
like pretty close to 40
in regulation. That's 120 ADR. This dude was not. I mean, something, you know, we always say carrying, but he truly did have his team on his back.
Listen, Alex, I know you're wondering what's the reason for his, you know, such a dominating performance, and I have an answer. It's rather simple. He changed his resolution. He's playing on native resolution instead of 1024
Are you memeing?
black bars. I'm not memeing. He changed 2 or 3 days ago, and we all know the short-term success of changing any setting for a Counter-Strike player.
Yeah,
how's he done that? How have you got that info? You mastermind.
This mad thing, Alex, called Twitter.
Twitter.
Where do I find that?
You can like message stuff out.
And I know that that is a topic of discussion anyway, resolutions and everything, especially currently. But I do know that the general consensus is if you play on native resolution, you can see better. You have better vision through Molotovs and smokes.
A better field of view.
Better field
Everything
of view,
is clearer.
yeah, as long as you can get used to it. Because I mean, sensitivity does change with resolution. That is a thing. Like the sensitivity will feel off.
I have a quick point I want to make because even in the second map, there's not much different we're going to say about these two teams, right? Stand and G2, mousesports better team, Nuke, blah blah, great map for both teams, and so on. But I think the whole resolution situation, right? Because at times we see people being very vocal about it. I think, sure, without a doubt, like playing, native resolution is the best because, the game is game of pixels, you see more, you see better, right? But the main reason why players play in 4:3 and in low resolution is two things. One thing is habits from like previous version of CS or early days in CSGO when they maybe didn't even have a rig powerful enough to run higher resolution. And two, when you run 4:3 stretched, it makes models bigger.
Fat.
I mean, it makes them, quote unquote, bigger because you stretch the image out. So it makes it slightly easier for you to see people long range, right? Because they artificially are made a bit bigger. But it also, I tried it out, it makes the game much faster.
But that's because your y-axis, because the pixels, you don't get more pixels by stretching it. The pixels are simply stretched, and therefore it feels faster in one direction.
I could never get used to it. So I tried it briefly a few times, it didn't really work, but and one last reason is 4:3 black bars. It's like the field of vision, you focus on like less of the screen, right? So I think like I don't mind players playing 4:3 if that's going to make you 20% a better player and you're going to miss someone in peripheral vision. I'm fine with that, but everyone who's a new player should probably not play 4:3.
And if you've ever seen Kenny play as well, whenever you get the camera behind him, he is just on a tiny little box. If you've got a huge screen, he's just in this tiny little square. And just why not? Let's see it. Henry, native, or are you on a funny
res? Native. I always have in CSGO. Before, I was 800 by 600 as source.
You were one of them,
But that's the thing, that the game was quite demanding back then, so you had to use it. You couldn't really run native. All the monitors weren't really available. So there you go.
But yeah, you all agree, right, that in an ideal... I'm 16:10 stretched.
That's what I was going to say. The other option is to get that similar aspect ratio when you do the math.
Extra chunky.
Yeah, exactly. You do 16:10, and it still gives you more of your peripheral. And I know Jason wasn't a big advocate for this as well, but I go native.
Yeah. All right. Well, you got your natives. They are your casters. It's Henry G, and it's indeed Matthew Trippett.
Hello, hello. Yeah, it certainly is. We're going to get back into it. Nuke Henry. We don't see it often, but we've seen it the last two nights.
We have. Well, there we go. We'll see who comes out on top. G2 normally pretty handy at this map. mousesports as well. This is where you'll see potentially Chris J be the main AWPer outside, so watch out for that. So this could be quite a good man. G2 narrowly missing out in the first. It was mousesports that managed to just about clinch a victory in overtime there, and Shotzi looking to shut them down. Then Rush comes in, but Apex will be able to get a couple of dinks at least, gets one kill. Shotzi will find the second. The bomb will be planted towards lower. You can see that plant spot now giving you a bit of cover from the ramp. I think your head's probably still just about visible. But Sticko not opting to plant behind the silo, which is kind of an interesting touch. And now it's up to Sticko and Chris J to try and hold off the retake in CTs. It doesn't look like they do a very good job, as Chris J now left in the 4 versus 1. MBK with the kits. Unfortunately, I don't think Chris J can even see the bomb from his current position. He certainly cannot. They'll just keep closing the door on him. He'll get a headshot or at least, and there was just literally no chance of winning that round. Smoke down the bomb. 4 players looking towards him. Defuse was already happening. He couldn't even stop him. It was a 1v1, I don't think, at that point. As we're getting to round number 2. $2,500. Mousesports will buy AKs in the 3rd. So watch out for that. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah, certainly. It's always nice to see the early buy come out because it shakes things up. If they win it, great. You get into the gun rounds a little bit sooner. If they lose it, you're in trouble for a bit. So certainly a possibility. You writing your secret code again?
A new one, actually.
A new one?
I thought of a new one, so...
I don't want to know what it is.
So it is indeed the full save. You get a D on a CZ there. We'll see if Oscar can potentially find the 1D. Chris, you open the door for him. No 1D just yet. Still expecting the fire extinguisher there.
Ooh, Kenny starting off well. Still waiting for Apex to find the kills at Hut. He's already found one. No one else there. Chonks gets the final. Excuse me, Kenny gets the final. I don't know what we're spectating. We're snapping around so much. As we go 2-0 G2. So now you said it. Early buy. AK is going to be brought out immediately. It's going to be 5 of them, I assume, Chris. All right, do your thing. Just go to the AK immediately, so. MP9 All of them have head armor. NBK is going to have a bit of trouble. It's off to radio. Imagine you can try and push through. Peculiar position to be in.
Yeah, both exposed and taken down by AKs there towards outside. Don't really see that every day, but there it is. It will be GG trying to challenge outside, and one they will certainly lose, as now it's a 5 versus 2. mousesports will be posting the first round here, so the body as to how expensive it will be. He'll be waiting behind the bomb site right now with the FAMAS. It's a bit of damage there. One kill comes in. Maybe there is a slight chance here as he gets another. They're starting to feed him. And now MBK in a good position to find Robs as well. This is all falling apart, man. What's happened? A 5-on-2 completely dismantled. The bomb's down. Oscar can't believe it. mousesports didn't really do much of that at all. How has Body been able to find 3 kills of FAMAS?
Oh.
They seem to know where he is as well in terms of Oscar.
That's unbelievable. That should have never have happened.
Yeah, and Body just goes above and beyond for his team. 45 seconds, they're not all done, and that was his chance. Oscar will give his position up, can't find the headshot, no window there to jump through now. Smoked out again, and he'll have to wait. He's got to smoke himself, but how does that really benefit him? They've got the bomb, and you've got that little ledge in towards the lobby. Body's sat on that right now.
Yeah, I was going to say, going in this way as well, you're going to come out directly underneath him. He's got the angle, no question about it. Great shot, MBK. Yeah, that.
Not a single kill picked up in a 5-on-2.
Wow.
I'd love to see that from Body's POV. I'm sure we will. So he's on the bomb side right now. So he gets like the first one. Cool. He spots one. This is fair enough. 1v1 duel. How does he get 3 in total? So they all come in. Okay, so they're not really being patient there. They're not thinking how we can win the round. Let's just kill him as quickly as possible. All of a sudden, it goes horribly, horribly wrong. Could have just fallen back after the first frag went in. Had the 4-on-2 lead and just coordinate together. Had plenty of time. But they give it up, and that was a 5 versus 2. And now it's a 5-on-4 as Sunny will get dropped at the very start. Kenya's with the AWP now. Things go from bad to worse for mousesports, and Sticko, I thought he was going to drop off there.
Me too.
Yeah, he'll manage to get at least some information as to where Shoxy is, taken down by the M4. And we'll see if he can find a few more.
Oh,
Double
yes.
kill coming in.
Yeah, easy peasy. Shoots through the doors. It opens up inwardly. Throws the bomb to him as well. That's going to be pretty easy to hold on to. Rops in a 1 versus 5. Shucks with 3 in this round. Echoing Body in the last. Then NBK should be the one to close this on the FAMAS. You'd expect. And he certainly will. Rops goes down.
4-0. Another gun round though for mousesports. The international squad here. Shoxy getting it down towards outside. Gets one there, then a double spray down towards the squeaky door. That's the bomb down as well, right at his doorstep. And the AWP comes out for Oscar here. Remember, Sunny posted over 40 frags on the last map. In overtime, they've got 39 in regulation. Shoxy will go towards Secret with the rifle by the looks of things. Goes straight down towards that area. We're backing up Kenny, as I assume, towards outside. He's actually in main entrance right now. I guess this is the added benefit, the fact he can go towards main entrance. It's focused on squeaky door, won't have to worry about the window. Kind of works out for both parties in that respect. There's pros and cons either side. Kenny will be flashed off. There it is. Shoxy towards Secret, trying to be baited in by Secret. They're going to smoke that off. Is he going to jump on the back steps here? Like on the railings?
Yeah, I know what you're thinking.
He doesn't go for it, so they seem to be aware he could be in this position.
Oh, yeah, another one. You're talking about on the railing on his right. When he comes up, you see above the smoke. It's clever. Body, meanwhile, has got company. I don't think that Chris is aware of it, but he's certainly open to the possibility as he'll wait. Reverse side of the smoke. He sprays in. They figure it out together, I suppose. But Chris gets away with it, firing second. He was able to locate Body during the spray. Pinpoint his accuracy a little bit quicker. Shocks, though. Oh, he's got a hit that does. Gets a second as well. I thought certainly he went down after being so sloppy on the first, but you're right, it is smart because it takes a lot of HP off of Oscar, who's got to run in with a pistol, only the op to work with, and Shocks gets a hat trick.
Certainly does. Perfect stuff there. Drops the incendiary, time running down. They run through it. He pretty much guaranteed the kill as well. One way or another. Chris J, 4 versus 1. Hasn't really got time to spare, and he won't even get the first kill done. 3 for Shocks, 2 for MBK. Beautiful stuff there towards that secret area. Completely shuts them down. Maximum loss bonus for mousesports with no plant. Probably means just a partial buy here. And as G2 start to get a ton of cash, you can see 10k on pretty much 3 players. Shoxy after the reinvestment down to 8. Double AWP set up on Nuke. Kenny S thinks this is one of his best maps for AWPing. We interviewed him a few times back in Romania about Nuke and why he loved the AWP. He doesn't play like anyone else. He likes to get that up at bomb site. We haven't seen him AWP, at least I haven't, on this iteration of it, so I'm not really sure as to how successful it'll be. They do sneak down towards Secret. He'll let them go past. He's looking to see if there's any gap. He'll get one, but obviously that's a very difficult angle to find kills from. So they get 4 players towards the lower bomb site here. This is a partial buy. Will the plant come in? Time will tell. They're going towards Decon right now. Shoxy ready and waiting to take down anyone going for that plant. Get a couple of kills here with the looks of things. Bomb planted.
He knows he's in the smoke now, though, because he had perfect play from Shoxy to get himself in the corner away from the smoke. You could see the direction he was running. Good round. Finds Chris as well. Off to the Deagle and off to the races. Finding Oscar. And Apex to close out on Rops.
4 more kills for Shox there. 7 in the last 2 rounds. Bomb planted for mousesports means they have really healthy cash going into this next round. You can see all hovering around that 6k mark. Plenty on the T side. You even have some spending money left over. If indeed you do lose a round. Sunny 0-6. Not really replicating that form we saw on the first map.
Yeah, this time I can understand why I haven't said his name much.
Sure. And it's 13 kills for Shox. He keeps mowing them down.
MBK yet to die, by the way.
Indeed. The perfect game.
Throwing the perfect game.
Ooh.
The pitcher, that is, not throwing like the CS connotation, unfortunately.
Oh, no.
Kenny. Oh, no. Oh, yes. Apex is going to
Saved.
save him. Yeah, back to believe. Stick going. Chris J do get the kills in the end, though. The 2 players that were working in tandem outside, both taken down. So already we see the rotation to the lower position from NBK. He's got the Deagle in hand. The Rops Deagle. That said, Rops is certainly still in this. Spot out from lobby. His body got caught here last time. Goes back in. Desperate. Ooh, very desperate. Nearly got caught out by the second player re-peeking. That being Rops from the radio room. So Shox boosted. Can't
so
overstep the
perfect.
mark. I love this spot. It is. You're right. There's one. Oh, okay, just one. There's 2. He did get away with it. Nearly got the 3rd. It's 20 HP. It isn't a WP, though, so watch out, because if he's scoped in as he is now, he's going to catch off body.
They're not playing the bomb sites for some reason. I couldn't tell you why, but they're going for the frag. Says MBK will be greeted by Chris J. Nice shot. Goes for the head. Just in case, just to guarantee the kill, and it will be 7-0. Like we said, mousesports with that less over $1,000 from the previous round with the maximum loss bonus still can buy here. It'll be AKs. They can buy an if they really want to. It's not really that viable on the T-side of Nuke. The fact is you're going to be dropping smokes yourself to get outside. It's not really like there's as many opportunities to find kills, but this is looking very good for G2. I'm not sure we'll see over time this particular map if G2 keep this up. Shoxy really applying the pressure as Kenny goes towards the squeaky door once again. He comes through, tries to dodge the flash, which he will. Touching the smoke. Now this is shotgun AWPing. He gets right through the smoke there, challenges the squeaky door. Now changing up his position. Not very subtle of movement. Apex will be taken down by Rops from the squeaky door towards the vent. Shoxy, though, has done a lot of damage in CSGO from this particular position, but they're going towards Secret now. Deeper smokes to allow them to get closer to Secret without any players coming in from the garage area. They've dropped those smokes like that. Players wanted to flank them, will have to go through Greyskin themselves. Can't just nip him behind. So Shoxy will challenge now towards outside. Surely he goes down here. But Kenny S will strike first. Shoxy does get that kill. Looking for the no-scope is Kenny, and he'll get it. Bomb down. Chris J couldn't make that play. And Kenny S trying to go for some big moves here in the vent. Smoke down, though. They have got the bomb, but this is going to be an absolute nightmare to hold on to it.
Missing Molotov as well. It was low enough HP, but Shox still, or excuse me, Kenny still gets found by Oscar peeking from above. MBK now knows they're both back there, and the bomb's been recovered. And immediately, as such, they rotate off of it and go back up top. He's going to climb up silently and actually get away with it. Now, I'll come back to that for a minute. Oscar knew to check there immediately after the plant. Formerly, it was tough to climb up that ladder, even if someone was planting, because the player that could watch Heaven from Hut could turn and look through the window. Without the window, you can actually get up a little bit easier depending on where they're playing.
Yeah, that's a good note. You can see he's a little bit more comfortable getting up there. It's going to be a really awkward angle to hold if you're just at the top watching the vents. So there it is. Sunny just 0-8, not even an assist so far. Smokes towards outside, thrown early on by Oscar there. This could be a bit of a fake, if you will. You can see only one player heads towards outside. That's Sunny, just to try and sell whatever he can towards that outside area. But there's a huge gap in that initial smoke by the red crate, I think. Yeah, there it is. You can see that's not actually very beneficial at all, but that is. Chris J gets one with the MAC-10. Oscar now has to step out with the AWP, but it looks like it's too late. Surely going to be taken down. Fumbles the jump, as now there's players all around him. They're going to be reset.
So confused as where to look.
Yeah, that was not ideal. And the MAC-10 opened things up, but couldn't close it off. 8-1, round number 10. They're forced by this one. They got Robson 1400. I think they could eco, and you see you got 5600. He can drop a weapon next round. It's Apex. Not really challenged at all. Where are the smokes? Where are the flashbangs? There's nothing. They're going to buy the tactical AWP with Glocks and PT50s. I'm not sure this is the play that will yield them the result they need. If they lose this AWP this round, that's going to be a disaster. We'll see what happens, though. Oscar said, look, I can win this round single-handedly. Let me give it a go. The idea is they just keep firing their Glocks, and they have no idea Oscar has the AWP, and all of a sudden, they find picks, just like that. Shoxy will be the one to challenge first and takes one down. So you can see it is by design, just to get the opening pick and hopefully snowball off it. And unfortunately, Oscar will be taken down. Can't recover the AWP, though, so Kenny knows it will be picked up, and he actually smokes it off for them. And now, Chris J will take it, the secondary AWP of the squad. No armor, has got the AWP, 4-on-4.
Body waiting, perfectly positioned. This wall a lot more viable with that door slightly more to the left. It's easier to get cover and catch them off. Body gets two in that exact position as Chris J goes hunting and goodwill hunting. He'll take down NBK. I know you approve of that shot, Henry, as Kenny works back in the sight. Sticko gets him down instead.
Well, there we go. It always seems to work for these guys. One AWP and Glocks, P250s, no armor, no nades. And you can see how it baits the CTs in. They get that bloodlust. They can hear the Glocks being fired. It's a full eco. No one's going to buy armor with just Glocks. Let's challenge them. Shoxy goes down. Sure, they got the trade, but the AWP just kept finding kills. Chris J steps up. 0-10 for Sunny, but still, they get 8-2. And they're right back in this now. Money looking quite favorable. They recover the AWP and, of course, won the round in doing so. Yes, outside this time. Smoke coming in. Will he get a chance before it blooms? Though he did. Couldn't connect the shot, and now there's a player on silo waiting for him. That's going to be Oscar, and he completely wrecks him.
Certainly did. Apex, meanwhile. Good position. Covers off. That's a tough shot to hit when you're working in from main entrance. They can see so much of your body, and you have to be almost perfectly aligned to catch their headshot off. Apex to take down Rops as well as a result. Oscar, this can be a reset. Has to save this AWP. 1:11. And I think they can justify sending at least 2 players after him.
Well, the money's going to be tight for G2 as well. Can you just have a look at it quickly? Yeah, you can see they can't really run after him. They know he's got the
lower than I
AWP.
thought.
So the idea is, like, he's probably in T-spawn right now, and he'll have a huge advantage, but he doesn't seem to be looking to save right now. He's going to be, at least in the lobby, seeing if anyone will make a mistake. And what's his play?
I don't get a bomb plant. Maybe they're hoping for a bomb plant, best case.
This will be one hell.
I mean, giving away an op for a bomb plant is all right, team player, but like I'd rather have the op if I'm honest with you.
Well, they saw what they could do with that if he keeps the AWP, but I guess he wants to get the money as well. But that's only second save loss bonus now.
Yeah, no, I don't agree.
Well, there we have it. Actually, first stage. You can see 1500 on Robs. So reset again. I don't think they can really justify another AWP. Sticker could buy one and give it to Oscar. They'll just take the full eco there and allow GT to get the double digits. Excuse me. PT50s, no armor, no nades. Apex holding towards upper. Really much can be done with this round, if I'm honest, but they could try and get a trade towards ramp or something like that. They'll be holding up and going very slowly. Seeing if there's any opportunities, any mistakes made, any aggression. We know G2 like to find the eco frags if they're available. Apex starts lining himself up, but goes away, he's reloading, and he's really fumbled that. Why he jumps their map, I couldn't tell you. There's no logical reason to jump.
Nope.
He either does himself damage by jumping off, and
Just
the craters
is all you have to do.
And jumps and dies like he did.
Well,
no benefit.
Apex in control, literally and figuratively.
They get a plant though.
They did get a plant, so they'll get now a second round loss bonus with the money, honey. So 19 plus 800. But it's still 10-2 for G2 on the CT side. Nuke looking quite good for them, actually.
Yeah, it is, absolutely. Double digits early on, looking to post a few more perhaps. 10-5 is actually pretty reasonable half of the CTs. A lot of people say this is a much more CD-sided map. Chad has been talking about whether it's actually T-sided now.
Well, apparently teams in practice have been saying that they're finding a lot more T rounds than expected.
Well, the thing is, it's so early on in the development of this iteration, it's difficult to really tell. Like, no one's really been dominant on it yet. So we see a team is like, wow, these guys are sick on Nuke. We won't really know, I don't think. But it's Kenny S trying to find the first shot, and he'll certainly get it. Takes down Sticker towards the silo, but it's Robson Chris J to answer back in great fashion there. They're going to find a couple of kills. 4 versus 3 as MBK will push the lobby. Robs is in towards upper, and it looks like Shoxy will go down here. Doesn't really have much to work with at all, and it's going to be quite a clean round from mousesports here, 10-3. MBK will try and do whatever he can. The money's strong on the CT side, so I think they've got one more buy left. And then if he saved, that would also be beneficial. Yeah, you can see they're pretty established. His money is not, so trying to keep mousesports as modest as possible.
NBK. Nothing to argue, I'm afraid, in this round against mousesports.
Or most esports, as we call them.
That's true. Moose esports. That'll be my Canadian variation of them.
Moose esports. Well, there we go. 10-3. Nuke is such a difficult map in terms of trying to keep up all the action, right? There's so many different choke points all going on at once. You've got like the huts, squeaky door, ramp room, outside, and the default, everyone will be challenging those positions. So to follow the frags efficiently is an absolute nightmare. But as you can see, it was mousesports coordinating towards the upper bomb site and managing to find the kills required. Chris J to open things up. Sunny's still on 0-12 map. What a disparity in performances in terms of Inferno to now. The first half, he was on like 25 frags on Inferno, and now he's on 0-12. 99 damage to Oscar there, of course, with the AWP shot.
That's actually ridiculous when you consider it's back-to-back games. You'd expect him to just have that form.
Yeah.
Something has got to trickle over.
Same team. Hour later, different map.
Not even an hour later when you consider at the end of the game he was still fragging.
42 kills.
46.
46 kills then to 0-12. It's mad.
It's not ideal.
It's all going wrong. Cats living with dogs. Sonny's not fragging.
Dogs are eating cats. I'm not even going to make the obvious dog joke right now because that's disgusting. United Airlines. You know what you did wrong.
Yeah,
that's what's disgusting. MBK.
I know they're listening to this as well. So.
Oh, they definitely are.
So that's for them.
It doesn't matter. That's just pathetic. So Chris with an AK-47 will try and recuperate. Work backwards with the bomb. They've picked it back up, but they've lost so many men as we hit round 14 and potentially an 11th round for G2. If they could get to 5, absolutely give them a chance on Nuke. But that's going to be a tall order with Oscar on 1 HP. And Chris, 44. Mind you, Chris has gone for the AK. He can take a duel. Oscar's just got to hit a one-hit wonder on the AWP, and he's actually given a little bit of room, but Shox has them both.
Let's say maybe they sleep down lower. Something could come of this, but no. 11-3. Money wrecked again, and this is Shoxy getting it done from the main entrance, waiting for them to walk out, expose himself, and he'll just mow them down. Nothing too flashy here. Just gets it done. They were low HP, especially Oscar 1. And they'll have a mixture of deagles and AKs here. 11-3 in the second half. Sorry, in the first half of the second map. It's been a long day. It's been a long life. As we get into
Jesus, man, calm down.
One tap from Chris J, running towards the main entrance there. He'll completely destroy Apex, and he might get a bit more here. Certainly will. Kenny S finally quiets him down, and Robs will get an easy kill. Shoxy gets nothing out of that experience. And now a 4 versus 2, looking for 11-4. Certainly required here. This is looking quite bleak still for mousesports. Desperately needs the pistol in the second half, but still need to win this one first. 3-on-2. Bomb planted though towards upper. MBK guarantee kill.
Great positioning. Sticko as well. Excuse me, he's on the other side of the hut. So the window not there anymore, as we mentioned, but also means MBK can't see him from above. CZ finding a kill. Makes Nathan's job a lot more difficult, but they're going to make it a lot easier as they immediately step over each other, and he'll get the round. We go 12-3 at half.
Oh, what a disappointing way to finish it. Well, that's just like the worst possible way to end the half. A 2 versus 1, and you handle it like that. He's not even on the bomb, and you're both hugging each other in the squeaky door room. That is not ideal. You'd be bickering and having to stew over it for these 2 minutes. And yeah, it really doesn't set the team up for a successful second half. If you are just joining us, we kicked things off at Inferno, went to overtime. mousesports narrowly picking up the victory there, but G2 looking poised to take the second. They will have 12-3. A little blunder there towards the end from the mousesports side. As you can see, Body, great work. He has been good for them the last couple of weeks. Shoxy top fragging again. The guy's just been removed. Sunny finished on a 0-14. Oh god, that's not good. 13 ADR.
That unbelievable. Look at the series stats though,
frags.
And he's still on top. He still sits. He has
That's
13
mad.
ADR. You average that with his last game, and he's still on top overall in the series for his team. That is ridiculous.
Have you ever seen anything like
A Tale of Two Cities
Yeah.
by Charles Dickens. It was the best
Available
of times.
in all good bookshops.
It was the worst of times. It was the season of infidelity. It was the season of respect. I can't remember it. I don't remember it. It's a good quote, though. We had everything before us. We had nothing before us. We were all going directly to heaven. We were all going directly the other way.
Sticko will be able to have a couple of opportunities here, but the swing around from Body, and it looks like G2 will run away with the pistol. We didn't see anything too technical there. Fast upper approach for Robs. He comes in, and how is this game swinging back and forth so often? It's unbelievable. Robs has no kit, but he'll be going for a little taparoo there on the defuse. MBK not taking the bait whatsoever. Now Robs has his work cut out for him. He goes for another tap, as MBK will expose himself. And Robs plays it perfectly, but MBK one step further. He'll get the headshot. Robs completely lost track of him. Well played by young Nathan there. It'll be 13-3, and this is the initial entrance, and you felt like G2 just completely had this one, but Robs did come up and cause a bit of noise. Not enough to win the round, unfortunately for him. They will be force buying, of course. They really have to here in the second round. Lose this one, it's going to be 15-3, because they'll have to full eco in the next round. Chris J's got a scout. Will it be enough to win the round? Maybe. He gets a tag. Not a second though. And there it is. Does take two of them down low HP. The Eagles now set up. Oscar, one of the best Eagles on the team, but not going to be finding kills this time. 5-on-2. Sunny, first frag of the game. Hello.
Finally.
Second frag of the game. Hello.
You're a good man, Henry. You corrected yourself immediately. Didn't need any help for that one.
No, it's true.
Sunny with a deagle, back out on top of heaven. Has Sticko going aggressively out toward main entrance. Low enough HP, these pistols could certainly do
I
this.
think the pistols actually win this by the looks of things right now. The low HP and the positions. In fact, Sticko has got a good drop point on them. If he comes around now, he'll find something. But Shoxy spots one going towards lobby. That might call for a rotation. So he's in the upper bomb side right now. The problem is they have to get the bomb up there. They're going to go through lower.
No, they're going to go right back up. And Sticko needs to be ready for this. If he gets caught now, perfect. If he doesn't, yeah, I was going to say Shox could be in trouble. Shox now knows he's there. They realize the bomb's going back upper, and they realize they're locked out of the site. Good play from Shox. Good call from Shox.
Yes.
And Sunny might have 2 kills, but he needs 3 more in this round.
Nice, good nice.
I was trying to think of a way to like really encapsulate the unrealistic
Actually, you know what?
odds.
I'll just say how it is. Well, that's going to be the full investment going wrong. And like I said, they have to eco traditionally in this round, but considering the scoreline, they might just have to go for the force buy and see what's available to them. There's Shoxy getting it done with the Galil. Touch and go the round, but all that matters is what happens at the top of the scoreboard. That's going to be 14-3. Like I said, they have to force buy here. So they will. And there'll be a scout, UMP, CZ's the Eagles. And we'll see what's up. The scout caused damage last round. Can Chris J do it again and at least make the round competitive? Sunny seems to think like he can. Door open, and he's firing off the deagle to suggest maybe he hasn't got that UMP.
So, Oscar's burning. Oscar's burning. Oscar's dead. Body gets the kill. Does it with a bullet, but the flames certainly didn't hurt. They did hurt, literally, but didn't hurt the cause.
Yes.
Rops. Oh, yeah, easy peasy. Goes back out. Oh, he's going to get 2.
Why
He's gotten
G2
2.
don't like trading out kills in Counter-Strike? I couldn't tell you. It's absolutely bizarre.
Here comes Sunny. He's getting on the board. He's getting on the board twice again in this round. And G2 to plant the bomb. Shox to clutch back against 3. Sticko's going to back off in the vents. There's no need for him to overcommit at all. So Shox has to go it alone. He's certainly found the first, second as well. Knows the third's above him. This is actually all right. 4 HP, however, and he's desperate on a deagle flash out. Can't catch Chris.
Well, there we go. G2. They always do this. Oh, is he Okay, I was about to say, he's giving this one
Just
up.
run away. I don't want to win.
They always do this when they have these leads. They're so overzealous sometimes, thinking that the round's over. Let's just run by, not check any corners, not be tactical. Let's just run around, deathmatch style. They don't check the close right corner and a player that's just dropped down with deagle. Like, why you don't check that is beyond me. But they get the round up and they deserve to lose that round. So there you go. Just guys, if you ever get an advantage Counter-Strike, you're looking to close out a game, don't do that. Pretty shocking stuff again from G2, but overall should still win the game. They'll have enough to buy here. MBK's got the CZ. They'll buy what they can. mousesports get a lifeline here. They really need to have a perfect game at this point. Chris J run boosted towards outside.
Ooh, Chris with a scout nails Apex. The AWP still resides on the T side. Body's the one that wants to try and take the fight, gets the smokes down and gets to secret. This opens up possibilities, but Sunny's already rotated down to cut that off. Oscar as well. Suppose the Body gets one of these shots, they can solve the fact that there's 2 down here already. Smoke to the backstairs. Interesting thought process. I like what he's trying to do in isolating this crossfire potential.
Okay, yeah, so the 2 frags towards outside certainly helps their cause out. And
yeah, that's
Body,
perfect.
Yeah, rotating in towards that vent. Sunny's towards lower as well. They don't really have much map control here at all on the CT side. Body will just be investigating the lower bomb side here, seeing what's available to him, if anything. Sunny in a good position to shut him down. Does manage to connect the shot. Looks like mousesports will do everything they can to keep themselves in this one, but that could be it. Sunny now, they know exactly where he is. He just found that frag, and in a 3 versus 1, the bomb will be planted. And he has got no kit, but he has got a smoke. He pretty much has to go for it. They need this. They can't go down 15-4. Especially with the reset coming in as well. I'm not even considered a save from the M4 or the orb.
Sunny back out. No chance yet. Continues to swing as Shox rotates into the lockers. He's got the line. Oh my goodness. Got the line up. Sunny, where was this all game?
Oh, he's bringing the M4 to the next round. Maybe even that orb as well, depending on where he finds it.
Well, it's going to be a map point either way for G2. Be a large task to try and salvage this game. I think Sunny's up to 9 kills, 10 kills maybe at this point. 9, I think. I didn't see that. I was looking at the bot. He's up to 8.
Gets the orb, does he?
Not quite, I
No,
don't think.
M4. Well, there we go. He won't pick it up, but he does manage to take all the guns out of the hands of G2. Whether that will be impactful, we'll see. That's Kenny actually towards the ramp, picking those kills. And we'll get into round number 5. Forced by, of course. Sunny saves the M4, can drop a FAMAS. Pistols. And this is one of the rounds G2 normally throw away. They'll run into a choke point without going together. We'll see whether they can pull it off, though. Rob's ready and waiting for the 5-7. There we go. They do trade it out, though, taking significant damage to Body. So far, so good for G2. They'll go down towards the lower side. The rotations have to come in. Oscar needs at least 1 here. Not going to happen. And this could be one very quick game. Polar opposites to what we saw on the first. We had overtime, and now they've got to defuse the bomb. Find now 3 kills as Sticker gets 1. He's playing alone, G2 it seems, but I like it either way. It keeps it exciting in this last round, potentially. Don't want to use the crossfires. Shox has set himself up a hole in the door. At this point, the bomb, where it is, and the fact they only have 1 player on the kit, I don't think they'll be able to do much of this. Sunny will give it his best shot. Comes out of the window. Won't be able to get that one. And that's going to be it, ladies and gentlemen. Will be 16-4 in favor of G2. Not as much action that game. Sunny going 46 frags in the first map. He will get 0 in the first half and be non-existent for his team overall. That is completely bizarre.
Had a decent start to, or a decent rebuttal, I suppose you could say, at the end of the second half, but it wasn't enough. It wasn't enough at all.
That was way too loud. You posted
Do you know what the biggest problem was, I think?
Go on.
That G2 just had a sound defense. Sorry, puns, Alex. That's
He gets it. And he got it.
It took him. I wish his face was on camera because he was just staring at me like I had 2 heads.
Sound defense. Well, I mean, usually your shirts are like political statements. What's this one?
It's just sound defense.
Oh, okay, it's good. I like that.
Thanks.
They had a sound
It's
defense.
something, usually when there's an implication of a SWAT team, it has to do with protest and
But
whatnot.
it's not. No, just a sound defense. And indeed it was. We do see G2 pick that one up, gents. Thank you so much. You'll be back for game 2, where we do get to see FaZe back in action. So we'll speak to you then. And I'll be on to these guys. Chad and Yanko joining me here at the analyst section of our Xfinity analyst desk.
You do know it's correctly pronounced defense.
What do I say?
I think you said correctly, but Matt didn't. That's because
defense in hockey. It's defense.
that's because, you know, the cheering and everything. Defense. People say it's not.
It's pronounced defense, isn't it?
Anyway, I don't
Defense
have any
against the dark
puns
arts.
or enunciation issues to raise at all. All I want to talk about right now, Alex, is for the viewer at home who have gone, hey, these guys have said G2, they're going to suck, you know, they're making the roster changes, they're not going to try. Here's the thing with Counter-Strike. When you just run around and you play within loose structure and you're extremely unpredictable at the top end of the game and people have all of their structures and they want to play like a proper game of CS and they want to set up and stuff, that's how you catch them off guard and that's how you win. I know that sounds counterintuitive, but that's what we just saw and it's very frustrating
But then,
and
of
it
course,
sucks.
follow-up question would just immediately be, why doesn't a pro team just do that then? Doesn't give a doesn't give a rat's
Well,
ass.
that's
and just-
basically what G2 are or have been over the
but that
last
didn't work.
It's inconsistent.
inconsistency, mate.
It's very random, depending on how your individuals play. You need to have a lot of confidence, and when you're losing everything, you can't have a lot of confidence, and then it's not as viable. But, you know, I know Chad likes to mix things up, you know, changing roles and everything. So now I'm going to take your job, Alex.
Damn.
And you're going to be me, and I'm going to ask you, Alex, could you please explain to me how does a player go from having 46 frags in one map to having 0 frags in a full 15-round half of the second map?
Yes, I can answer that question.
Do it. Drop the bomb.
The answer to your question is Counter-Strike.
So we just had the whole segment here, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls playing at home, is Counter-Strike.
Counter-Strike.
Is a game that is very
Which
random.
you should enjoy.
Yes.
Yes.
Which you
And
should
do
enjoy. But I mean, I think to expand upon my answer, I do think that yes, the game in its very nature is gonna people are gonna have personal preferences. I think, you know, for example, we know Sunny's incredibly comfortable in Mirage. I mean, there's no doubt about that. We saw he was comfortable on Inferno as well with this first result. I reckon as an individual, like if you looked at his nuke stats, they probably wouldn't be fantastic, and he just got a little
T-side.
uncomfortable.
It's a cruel mistress.
Yeah, T-side.
Yeah,
things
but
weren't
this
working.
is what we praise mousesports for. This is their best map alongside Mirage.
Yeah.
Very good on T side too. Have a lot of different things that they do. It's just that nothing worked. I think it's one of those things, right, where when you look at the picture, to be like serious for a little bit here is, you know, for G2 playing in such a loose manner, Counter-Strike a lot of times is about confidence, it's about, you know, how much are you trying to execute a certain thing, as Chad pointed out. And here, you know, you had the players feeling it, you know, doing different things, mixing up with aggression and some good individual play. So, you know, that was G2 in this particular game. Tomorrow they can show up and be a completely different team. And for someone like mousesports, they're obviously trying really hard. You know, they want to do the best they can in this league, secure that playoff spot and everything. And then you're like, you know, you're constantly like being super, I mean, serious about it, as you should. You're constantly like, oh, how can we best them here? How do we like counter what they're doing? And G2 is just like rolling with it, going with the flow and feeling it. And every round is different based off of Shox is going to say, hey, I'm going to play close yard this round, I'm going to go secret, or next round, hey, boost me up ramp, as we saw from the highlights, is where he was getting like some of the kills. So, you know, at that point, it's not much that mousesports can do to counter it.
All those tendencies we talk about, you know, being able to exploit those, they go out the window when every player is just doing whatever they want every round, right? Kenny is pushing to the aggressive red crate outside with an AWP. Not something that AWPers do very often, but these are the big boy plays that we talk about to win games and stuff. But if your team, Yanko mentioned as well, if that confidence isn't there, you're just going to play standard. And if you play standard, then you're dead, right? Like that's just, it's kind of, we're seeing the extremes with G2. When they try and play more structure and stuff, it takes time. You have to build into that. When you're playing super loosey-goosey, then you can look like this.
Yeah, and of course, this is where you sincerely hope, and I'm sure we can almost assume at this point, that G2 don't fall into the trap of going, hey, wait, things are working now. Maybe we should just cut, like that. That's not the reality. The reality is loosey-goosey only gets you so far. And we've seen evidence of that, of course, with their tenure as a team. They have made changes, though, and we're going to be making a change to a break, because when we do come back, we have Game 2 for you. We're coming up with Heroic taking on FaZe Clan. You won't want to miss this one.